The one which are most common used in Zanzibar is hydropower, because in this hydropower, we depend on Tanzania. We depend on Tanzania so that we can get electricity. And those from Tanzania, they use hydropower. Example from Kidatu or from Nyerere rivers there. So we use those from this hydropower. But also in Zanzibar here, we commonly use solar power as there in our university, State University of Zanzibar, we use solar power. But also once you pass through the roads, you can see that the Honorable President of Zanzibar has placed a lot of solar panel there for providing light at night. So you can see that solar power is also used in Zanzibar.
Thank you, Miss. You can go on.
Thank you. First of all, my name is Salum Shame Salum. I am student of SUZA, State University of Zanzibar, undergraduate student for Bachelor of Science with Education, Physics, Math. I'm here to present our project, which say analysis of the data collected from the PV solar system to identify pattern in energy, generation and consumption. Our outline. Okay, we know that solar PV system technology is a renewable energy that is used as a alternative source of energy when there is a disconnection of the power or lower power. So we use alternative source of energy so is to success our demand of using a power for every time. So for this problem of disconnection of the power or low power, SUZA at main Tungu campus established or install the solar PV system so as to remove this problem by installing solar PV system at the SUZA Tungu main campus so as to identify the pattern of the energy generation consumption for good management and control system. So there is a need to study the pattern in energy. So we do this study because of understanding the energy pattern of the energy consumption generated at the solar PV system. So the study was conducted using solar PV system at the SUZA Tungu main campus at the science building. So we do this by using system consists of 4 solar panels of 545 watts. So these data were taken in the interval of 30 minutes for 6 days from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. And our data was analyzed by using Origin software. Our data was analyzed by using Origin software, was used to plot the graph so as to identify the pattern of the energy generation for consumption and the storage. So, okay, for our data that was collected, the analysis of the data is shown as a result. For this graph, show the power fluctuation versus time. So the graph shows that there's a power linearly increasement with the some fluctuation as the time change. So the input power, as shown in this graph, we show that the input power is a summation of the power storage and the consumption power. So input power shows that is a summation of the power storage and the consumption power. So this is the analysis of the data that was collected every day for those days that we collected the data. So for individual days, we show that there's a different day. So for individual day, the graph shows that how energy was input, consumption, and storage. So for those days, we show graph differently. It is found that the system is operating normally. The power harvested is partially consumed while the remaining storage to the battery. So there's a data variation for all these days. So some days we can get high storage of the power, and for other days we can get low storage of the power. Next. It is found that next. Okay, from this data, we recommend that to have more generalized result, further study should be conducted due to high period or long period of the time. The study was taken for few days. Now, thank you.
It's time for questions.
Assalamu alaikum.
Haionyesha sana. Blue color. Blue color. Representing consumption power.
Assalamu alaikum. The blue color indicated the consumption power. The black one indicated the input power, and the red one inputted the storage power. The input power is the summation of blue color and the red color. Clear?
This means that there is a fluctuation of the sun. The sunlight, there's a fluctuation for a different time. So there's a linearly increasement of the charging of power at the different time that fluctuates with the time. So as we show that there's a fluctuation of the power against the time. You get it? Not yet? The graph shows that the power with the time. So when there's a sunlight, is a good collection of the sunlight. So the power is a rise. When the sunlight is decreased, so the power is decreased. So there's a fluctuation of power against time. So for that graph show that for sometimes there's a higher connection of the power, and sometimes the power is decreased. So you understand it? Yes.
They call the power reduction.
Sorry, the blue color show consumption power that you use in the body. The red color show storage power, and the black color show the input power that is collected at the system. Do you understand it? So there's a control of management used. So blue color shows the consumption power. So we say that in the blue color is the consumption power. So according to the consumption and the storage, there's a low consumption, more than storage. And if you observe clearly, you can see that input power is a summation of the storage power and the consumption power. Clear? Okay, thank you.
For maybe for formulating the food. You say that you will carry out this
Yes.
So what does it mean? What implies to the end of your mind?
Okay, Mr. Abdallah. Our system setting for only when there is a reading disconnection of the power or lower power. So the power that are stored is usually when there's no other source of the power. You understand? Okay, thank you.
The last comment or last question.
Sorry, I don't to contribution to for the presentation of the graph. So the blue one was consumption energy. So the consumption energy shows the daily use of the energy to the group. Also, Mr. Abdallah there, how it implies. This shows that Susan doesn't have complement or doesn't have the ways to manage the usage of this power energy installed in there. So,
Thank you, William. Thank you, Ahmed. Thank you, Salim. Now, this is the end of our presentation from students. We have 4 posters. Please don't go outside of this building before visiting the posters. We have to encourage our students. We try the best they can to do this project, and we want the students in the coming years to have good projects and not only having a presentation, but they have to stand in our presentation is from renewable energy stakeholders. Now, allow me to invite our fellow listener from NGO to present the topic of this.
Good morning, everyone. As he said, Doctor, my name is Isa Baruch Salim. Actually, I'm a stakeholder in renewable energy, but it's not total renewable energy, but mostly I'm concentrated on solar energy. Here there are two topics which want to be discussed. The first one is status of renewable energy and its role in Zanzibar. So, as our state of energy in Zanzibar, we are more in need of renewable energy, especially like a solar and wind energy, because in our research we have like a power outage in every, let's say like every 4 to 5 hours. We have like somewhere in Zanzibar there's a lack of electricity. So, as the previous presenter here, which they said, the awareness of renewable energy is less, but I can contribute on that. It's less, but in urban area. If you are asking people in urban area, mostly they don't know much on renewable energy, especially the solar, because in urban area, we have less outage compared to a rural area. If you go to Nungwi, if you go in each hotel, they will tell you, we do have solar panels, we do have some wind turbine that we are helping ourselves during outage. So renewable energy has a big contribution in Zanzibar, especially if you come to tourism industry. Because as we know, tourism industry is our main core of our economy in Zanzibar, and the tourists, they don't want to be harassed of having no electricity. So mostly people, they are looking so much on renewable energy, especially in solar energy. Another thing that I want me to discuss here is sizing of solar energy, designing and sizing. So before doing any sizing on renewable energy, first of all, you need to understand the demand. So the demand, and there's a two demand. There are maximum demand and energy demand. When we talk about maximum demand, is how many kilowatts. If you understand, all kilowatt is a measurement of power. So how many kilowatts you need totally, and also you need to understand how many kilowatt hour. Kilowatt hour is the energy consumption. So this will be a total consumption of your load. We are saying load of facility. It means that the kilowatt hour, or if a kilowatt, 2 kilowatt, 6 kilowatt, but how many hours this kilowatt will be running, and this will give you a kilowatt hour, which is the energy consumption. So first of all, what we are doing is using a data analyzer. Data analyzer is like energy meter, which can give you real-time data like kilowatt, kVA, and also power factors. I think we understand about power factor, most of us, because we are in science. But if you don't understand power factor, it's like is a factor between kVA and kilowatt. There's a real power and apparent power. There's something we call it power factor. So this power factor is normally affected by inductive load. So we'll give, the data analyzer will give you this information. After getting this information, and then you come and in your system, like people mostly they were using like power, solar power assist, or any program that you are using to design a system. From there, after having maximum demand and consumption demand, you can start from there to design a system. As we get the information also from another presenter here, he told us like the solar production per day is 3.98 kilowatt. But I could have a question to ask, but as an expert from renewable energy, especially solar, I understand this was meant by 3.98 kilowatt hour per kilowatt peak per day. He said kilowatt, 3.98 kilowatt hour per day, but it's 3.98, if I'm not wrong, from my colleague there, but it's 3.98 kilowatt hour per kilowatt peak per day. Normally, we are using average of 3.4 kilowatt hour per kilowatt peak per day. So from there, we are making a design of solar. It depends if rooftop, ground mounted, and the best, he gave us also suggestion for tilt angle, but mostly I would say the best option for solar is using solar tracker, because normally solar production is higher when the light intensity is going horizontal. So there is a direct sunlight and it's coming, there's also a reflection. So when you put in an angle, normally we are considering angle because we are fixing the solar panel in a roof, and we don't have such kind of solar tracking system. We can have maximum production if you are using solar tracking system instead of putting in 15. But in a fixed system, by using 15 angle, that is the best production of solar in Zanzibar, we can say, because it varies from the latitude. The people from Europe, let's say they're lying to south, we are lying to north, and some people maybe will have solar light more to north 60, and the production will be higher. For example, in Germany, which I understand, their solar panels are lying are direct to the south. So solar are not to the center or to the north, it's passing through south. Their solar panels should lie to the south and at 60 degrees. That is it for short, because this is a big place to analyze everything, how you design, how you start forward. It will need, let's say, a week for everyone to understand how we will go and design a solar system. It's a place for more expertise people that can do it for a short period of time. Thank you for your listening. And if you have any question, I would like to hear from you.
Any question, comments?
Thank you very much, Mr. Isa. It seems that you have been in the industry for quite some time. And I have got some worry regarding the power panels, especially when it comes to the big problem of recycling used panels. Do you have any specific intervention as an NGOs so that we can get rid of the problem of environmental destruction or environmental pollution?
Thank you for your question. I think this is the one of the problems that we are facing in our countries. Let's say in our developing countries, because mostly we are importing technology, but the technology are coming from abroad, and we are brought the technology in our society, but mostly we are not really have a good plan for recycling. Let's say, for example, we are doing some recycling for batteries. We're not recycling in Zanzibar or in Tanzania, I can say, but we are shipping the battery to India, sometimes to Dubai, and they are exporting to other countries and they're doing the recycle. But for now, we are not recycling solar panels. However, I'm in this industry for like 12 years now, but solar panels, initially they were lifetime for 25 years, but still we have a time to reach our solar panel end of life cycle. But we hope in future and also in your help as an academia, you can come with a solution for recycling of solar panels and solar batteries and other stuff like electronics components that are used in solar energy.
Thank you. From Nairobi State University. Just wondering, does Tanzania have a policy on e-waste management as a government? Because all that, I believe, would follow the e-waste policy that governs all that electronic waste. It comes to the end of life and all that. Do you, as a country, have? Because, for example, Uganda, we stopped at the policy stage, and they have been playing around with it for the last 10 years, something like that. And under the Communications Commission is called under that, but they have not really come out with a clear e-waste policy. That's what I wanted to know about.
Anyone who can respond to this?
Actually, I don't know, because he was some kind of question, but also it's a suggestion, I think. Because we might have, but in reality, implementation, maybe we can hear from someone else, but in my side.
In the meantime,
we could have.
I think it is enough that we'll continue on during the roundtable discussion. We're running short according to our schedule. We are supposed to be in the row for presentation, not from stakeholders, but we have two stakeholders, and now I'm inviting Peter Lugema from London University to share with us the role of university in supporting the renewable energy entrepreneurship system and the renewable energy sector.
Good morning, everyone. All protocol observed. I'm Peter Lugema from Uganda Matters University. As I've been introduced, to begin with, I carry greetings from Uganda, more specifically from Uganda Matters University. The management of Uganda Matters University gladly sent us to represent them, and we're happy to be here and we are grateful for the hospitality that has been shown to us so far. I'm here to make a presentation on the title, the university, the renewable energy ecosystem, and the development of the renewable energy sector. Several efforts are underway in several areas to promote renewable energy. And have success in promoting renewable energy globally, we need to have a sound and viable renewable energy sector. This is largely because the other sectors that renewable energy is competing with, the fossil fuel sector, coal, and others, they are grounded, they have effective models. There's been a lot of entrepreneurs going on. And so if you have to promote renewable energy, it also has to be as efficient, as effective, and well marketed. It's on grounds of this that I have to emphasize we need an effective sector with competent actors, entrepreneurs, including economic entrepreneurs, social entrepreneurs, and ecopreneurs. We need government to be on board, especially government and other policy stakeholders. If you have an effective and vibrant sector, they need to be on board. Development agencies and NGOs, research institutions, universities, and the society, all the consumers, they all need to be on board. As one of the previous facilitators made us know, the awareness of renewable energy becomes key. The awareness and the adoption. So the sector will be vibrant if you have the market also on board. And we're saying for us to have this viable sector, we need to have a viable entrepreneurial ecosystem. When you talk of a viable renewable energy entrepreneurial ecosystem. Normally, when we talk about an entrepreneurial ecosystem, we're talking about actors in a region, all actors in a sector, and acting independently, working together to make entrepreneurship in a sector successful. So, the actors in an entrepreneurial ecosystem may include, like the entrepreneurs themselves, the government. The government can play a very important role in supporting the development of an entrepreneurial ecosystem by way of coming up with the right policies and giving other forms of support to entrepreneurs. NGOs, development agencies can also play an important role. They are actors in the ecosystem by way of supporting the entrepreneurs develop in the sector in different areas, be capacity building and other forms of support. Institutions, planning and other institutions can be very critical in supporting innovation, development of products, different renewable energy products, and development of technologies, development of financial products that the actors, especially the entrepreneurs, may need to invest in the sector. And of course, like I said, when we talk about the ecosystem, you can't leave out a society, the consumers. They have to be brought on board. Their awareness is key, and their active participation. So the question is, what role can the university play in supporting the development of this entrepreneurial ecosystem and development of the sector? So this is a challenge for us, the universities, and in supporting the development of the entrepreneurial ecosystem. And one of the key roles universities could play is skills development, skills and competence development. To begin with, of the actors, the entrepreneurs, train government officials and policymakers to have the awareness and the understanding of how the renewable energy sector operates. And also other actors, the development agencies, the NGOs, universities can play an important role in supporting, instilling them and building their competences in the area of renewable energy. Universities can play an important role in offering business acceleration services for small businesses and maybe micro businesses that are doing business in the renewable energy. So universities can also act as business accelerators, and they can also offer business incubation services for startups that are coming up, so that they are nurtured into becoming viable in the sector. Universities can play a critical role in doing research, as some of the members have discussed earlier. We need a lot of innovation to make renewable energy efficient and therefore attractive to people to use. And universities can play a critical role in doing this research and innovation. And then universities can still play a critical role in facilitating collaboration of the various actors in the ecosystem. Government, other organs of government, NGOs, government agencies, and the other actors. Universities can facilitate collaboration with industry and other actors. Universities can also play a critical role through the collaborations, can facilitate technology transfer, the research and innovation that universities can come up with. This information through these collaborations can be transferred. This knowledge and competences can be transferred to the actors in the industry. Universities can also play a very important role in supporting the development of the policy and the regulatory framework through training and competence development for governments and other policy stakeholders. We can play a very important role in helping to develop the policy and regulatory framework. And lastly, but not least, through the collaboration, through the training and other services delivered to the actors in the renewable energy value chain, universities can contribute to the development of the supply chain as they bring the various actors in the value chain on board. So briefly, that's my presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Peter, for presentation. there is any question, one or two, or comment. Okay.
Thank you, Peter, for that presentation. Now, this goes to all of us participating in universities in this project. And let's look at the challenge we face when we are purchasing the laboratory equipment. How many of us got it from Africa? How many of us got it from Africa? Chances are very high we had to report this from out of this. And there's also many obstacles when it comes to science. See, for example, we struggle with our TV, it tax us almost about 30,000 euros for all that. So how can we see maybe that we have some of this solar equipment manufactured in? I'm very sure there are so many things we can have being manufactured locally, which before COVID were being manufactured out of this country revenue. Maybe we need to think about it as institutions that we say, how can we get some of the things manufactured in our continent? Because the market for renewable energy is there. This is just food for thought.
Thank you, Peter. I just need to add something to what Peter mentioned of how universities can collaborate with the industry. I believe the equipment that we manage to acquire at different universities also should move beyond the purpose of the project, but to see how we integrate the community in terms of development technologies using this equipment. For example, Uganda Matters University, we are trying to develop a model of how we can support those who are developing the technologies to come and test the equipment at the university. But also from there, we learn from them what exactly are they doing in terms of developing technology around the project. So I think let's look at how we start with what we have now when we move beyond this. Thank you.
Thank you, Peter, once again for the presentation. You may go and have a seat. Now is time to invite Annalise Caroline from ASUD to deliver a talk on climate and environmental justice and activism.
I don't need it, but I just need to. I have some notes. Sorry. I can talk without mic if you can all hear me, because I don't actually, I'm not a fan of microphones, you know. So good morning, everyone. Thank you. First of all, I would like to thank State University for hosting us. And I would also like to thank all the professors involved in DALILA project. And I want to thank also all the students who joined this big adventure with us. So for those who are not familiar with our organization ASUD, we are an independent 20-year-old environmental NGO. We work mainly on environmental and climate justice. We have a long history of working with local communities that are impacted from environmental issues, such pollution, big exploitation projects, and so on. In 2010, we created our documentation center on environmental conflicts, which work is focused on research on environmental conflicts, indeed. So in these years of climate crisis that we are all living in, it was very important for us not to talk only about environmental justice, but also about climate justice. And when we talk about climate justice, we mean both the intragenerational justice that involves inequality in the distribution of climate risk that are unbalanced on the most vulnerables. And we talk about intergenerational justice. That is the analysis of the climate impacts in terms of detrimental effects on the future generations, regardless of their actual contribution on the emissions. So for us, the transition to a new economical system passed through the dismission of fossil fuels, of course, in favor of renewable energy. In this, DALILA project plays an important role, a crucial role, in the creation of a new generation of scientists and entrepreneurs, with, of course, an eye to environment. But still, we have to pay attention because renewable energy systems are not enough, of course, if we don't change the paradigm. So we start to have more efficient production and consume systems that are able to optimize the use of the energy and natural resources. In this context, for us, it's really important the activation of young people, of young generation, because this new generation are the ones that can actually change the paradigm. So also the activation of young people can be a motivation for our governments to work toward an healthy environment for the future generations. This is why us, as ASUD, and many other organizations in the world are conducting a climate litigation. And this one in Italy was the first one. Climate litigations are legal actions that are involving the state and that are involving climate issue and are aimed to ask, demanding new policies to protect against the climate effects. What we ask, in particular to the Italian state, is to rethink the policies on emission reduction and climate protection. We ask also more transparency in the data of the official research on climate change and acknowledgement of the climate crisis and its impact on the people. So DALILA project was a really excellent opportunity for us to bring our perspective to the project, but also to bring our experience in the area of circular economy and the communication of good practices. In fact, ASUD, with the CDCA, the Documentation Center on Environmental Conflicts, some years ago, developed the first Italian web magazine dedicated to circular economy. This because we think that it is important to spread good practices and not only bad practices. So this. And following the importance, the discourse and importance of education and training the new generation that Peter told us before, we created training for circularity, that is a competence center to train students and help the companies to improve their circularity strategies. So I'll keep it real brief. I want to thank you again for having us here. We appreciated very much the presentation before. They were really interesting, and I thank again Katyusha for this project and this opportunity to meet you all. Thank you.
Now it's time for comments. Questions.
No. Okay.
Seems that there is no comments. No questions. Thank you once again. Let me invite Mr. Simon from Sahara Venture to unveiling of students' employability practices.
Afternoon, everyone. My name is Simon Mawe. I'm a technical person from Sahara Ventures. Sahara Ventures is a group of companies which consists of 3 companies. One is Sahara Consult, which is a management consulting firm adapting innovation, technology, and entrepreneurial approach. Second one is Sahara Accelerator, which is corporate sponsored and venture backed startup and SME accelerator. The last one is Sahara Sparks, which is a conference and marketplace for innovation and technology stakeholder. Sahara Ventures also have some of the publication about innovation ecosystem in Tanzania. You can visit Sahara Ventures to read more about innovation ecosystem in Tanzania. The role of Sahara Venture in the DALILA project was to develop a platform called Employability Hub that will allow to share content with students to make them employer ready. The platform employability hub consists of 3 features. One is courses. These features will allow administrator or lecturer to share courses that will help students in their work environment. For example, there are some of the courses that are available from Udemy, Coursera, even YouTube for free that can help a student actually to be employer ready. Also, another feature is opportunities. Admin can also be able to share opportunities, for example, internship from big companies like Vodacom's, also there's some of companies like Tanzania Startup Associations. Also, there are opportunities from startup. So there are some of the startup who actually raise a lot of money, who can employ students who want to actually participate in any activity about innovations. We also have a features called a project. These features actually allow administrator to post any project that are looking for participants or collaborator or who want actually to get involved in any of that project. For example, DALILA project, as you know, some of students here present their projects. Also, last features is programs. Admin will also be able to share programs to students. For example, from Sahara Venture, we also launched last year, I think, Amua Zanzibar program. This was also involved different startups with their idea that will help the issue of sexual reproductive health. I will take you through how the platform looks like. So this is how the platform looks like from student side. When the first student opens, will be taken to the dashboard page. This dashboard page will have on top here a number of courses, opportunity, projects, and programs from different pages. Also, the student will be able to get the recent courses published. For example, here from the courses, we have courses about renewable energy from beginner to expert taught by scientists. This course was from Udemy. A student can go and purchase this course for, I think it's $13, and you'll be able to access for a lifetime. Also, some of the opportunities also will be presented. We have a project officer intern from Tanzania Startup Associations. A student can go and read the details and go and apply for that opportunity. Also, we have programs and projects. If you go to the courses page, so from the courses page, a student will be able to see all the list of published courses. For example, the first one that actually we saw from earlier. So if the student opens the course, there will be presented the detail about that course. And below that course will be more information about that course. The student can get more understanding what that course contains. Then we have a apply button. This apply button will take the student directly to the specific course. For example, if I click apply, it will take me to a Udemy course. From here, a student may sign up and subscribe to a course or purchase this course. Also, the same for opportunity page. The student will be presented with different opportunities. One of them, for example, this project officer intern from TSA. And the detail will be presented below about that internship. If a student is interested to apply, you can go and click the apply button. So this course was published, this opportunity was published on Jirayako websites. So I just take the information and publish here so the student can be able to get those informations. So the same will be for programs. Students can go to the program page and see all published programs that he or she can go and contribute or participate. Also the same thing for projects. So this is the side of students. There is a side for administrator. I think the side will be for administrator or technical person from university and or a lecturer. The platform is actually hosted under Sahara subdomain to be available to university once we finish up installing this platform to those university servers. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Simon, for a nice presentation. And I will allow 2 comments in order to, we are on track of time. So I will allow only 2 comments of the group. And the thing that you want to discuss, we'll discuss during the round of research.
Assalamu alaikum. Some of you are not following what Mr. was present. Have you got the concept behind employability hub? Yes. So, right.
I have explained about employability hub. As a student, this employability hub is just like a post. Post there, we have dashboard, we have our courses, other things. So this employability hub consists of various courses. A student can go learn about global energy, other, but also there are about idea.com. So we have to go and search for this so that we can get some area knowledge.
Okay. So the idea behind employability hub, this is one among the output and sustainability for this program. What we want We wanted to engage our students in realizing the available opportunity, the available goals, and the consultants that might be uploaded in this, I can say, so this is like the elements, right? So for us instructors, sometimes we have some sort of soft skills that we want to impart to our students. Maybe how can you be interviewed? How can you get employment? What are available opportunities in employment industry regarding renewable energy, right? So SUSA and other universities, the collaborating university in this project, have access of having this platform, and it will be placed within our website, right? So the idea behind that the instructors, some of the instructors will be administrators. They will manage the system, right? Others, they will have access whenever they have opportunity. Maybe they have their own courses or they have their own program in terms of soft skill or whatsoever. They want to announce students. So they may use this platform and the students at any time they can access, right? Sometimes we may find that there is a call for research, a call for consulting, right? Or there is an announcement of Coursera program relating to anything else in terms of soft skill, right? So you can go to this platform and you can access a lot of information. So the designer, they have got it into 4 levels. We have the courses, we have the program that we can run within it, we have our opportunities, and we have our
projects.
Projects, right? So make sure that once we launch it, you take your time, you visit the website, there will be a link, and then you can access, right? So because we know that there might be some difficulties, we have organized 3 days workshop. We will involve some of the students, a representative of the number of students being engaged in that training together with the instructors so that they can utilize the platform. I will make sure that the announcement will be made and then every one of you, specifically for the students of the new opportunity, that you can manage to attend that workshop. Thank you very much. Do you have any questions on that? So Sahara Venture is one of the NGOs that we are engaging with, and they will facilitate that experience. Thank you very much.
Now it's time to invite a representative from international units for Erasmus program. If you can hear me, it's time to take a floor. Yes, Patricia.
Abdallah?
Can you hear us?
Yeah, but unfortunately, no one can join. Nobody can join the conference. I had a chat with the so I suggest you to go ahead.
Okay.
Okay, sorry.
No problem. Is the representative from Cadiz is here or she's online?
Yes, I am online.
Yes, Josh.
Hello. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, I am Jose from the University of Cadiz. Hello.
Okay, proceed.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to be here. Not to, I would like to be there. I would like to be there, but I cannot be there. So at least it's a pleasure to be here online, listening all this amazing meeting. Okay. But first of all, I would like to apologize on behalf of the UCA team, just for not being able to be there with you all in Zanzibar, having to make this last meeting online. I also, I would like to apologize for my colleague Jesus for not being able to be here today. Okay, so I will be the one representing the UCA in this meeting. So, speaking on behalf of my college, I would like to express that the DALILA project has been incredibly enriching for us. We feel that it has been a beautiful experience because all the people that we have met and worked with. Well, it hasn't been an easy journey, you know. I remember in the past, you know, the problem that we have with the pandemic situation. We have to face with several problems, and do you remember the initial online meeting, the development of MOOC, all the bilateral meeting that we have, me and Katyusha with all of you. But I think that thanks to the wonderful group that we formed, we managed to push the project forward. And this is the most important thing, I think so. For this, I am proud of this group and the people involved in this project. Therefore, I want to spread gratitude to all the institutions and people involved in this project. In my opinion, I have learned a lot from all of you. I also like to mention that we don't want this to be a farewell, okay? But rather aim for ongoing cooperation between us in the future, okay? You know, Erasmus, student mobilities, professor mobility, research, okay? I cannot inform you more about this because the one on share of this is my colleague Jesus that wasn't able to be here, okay? Finally, I would like to congratulate and thank SUSA University for organizing this meeting. So thank you very much. It's a pleasure for the DALILA project. Okay, thank you.
The second question, I would like you to say, do you see anything in future collaboration? And the third question, I would like you, what message do you take it from this conference? So I will come, we will start with the host organization, and I give this opportunity to Dr. Masood. Can you say something on these three questions? You may introduce yourself, and then we can proceed to the first question. What a lesson do we get from this consortium? I mean, this group of collaborative partners who come together and join their effort in the DALILA project. Okay. That's the first question. The second one, do you see anything on future collaboration? And the third one, what message do we take from this conference? So we would like to hear your reflections.
Saleh is the DALILA team member for SUSA. Actually, when I see this conference, I have a lot of expectation. First, we know the whole program for DALILA. This is not, we are not expecting that this will just end while the time span is finished. So to me, this is the beginning, but how we can make it possible? To make it possible is to keep the network which is already exists. We have to keep it and see how we are going to make it practical so that what we have initiated, we can have more fruit from that. We have the courses now, the courses with the curriculum, and we have something else that we expect from not to be the way we are, or to go down, but to go further from this communication and network. The last question.
What message do you take it from this conference? The message.
What the message I'm taking is nothing is impossible. So let us be together and see the future for the Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Masood. Maybe we hear it from our colleague here. And then, can you say something about that?
I'm Alessandra from Student NGO, and you all of you, sorry. As for me, and I believe Anissa, this conference bring us more awareness of how we are able to build a strong network from our country. And the second, I think we are interested to very interested to continue this work together. Sorry. And to found a new way to implement and improve his team. On renewable energy, but also how to integrate this on the with the waste management and to close the loop from energy and other resources. necessary to build the instrument for the renewable energy. And I think it is very, very important.
Okay, thank you very much. And next, maybe Madam here, could you say anything related to these 3 questions? We are trying to wind up our conference. We would like you to introduce yourself and then you tell us what lesson you have got from this consortium. I mean, do you see anything in future collaboration, as well as what message you take from this conference? These are the questions we want your reflections. Thank you.
Thank you. My name is Dr. Miriam Akunyo. I am from Uganda Christian University. What have been the learnings from this collaboration? We've learned as Uganda Christian University to work in teams. At Uganda Christian University, 2 faculties worked together on this project. They are the Faculty of Engineering, Design and Technology and the School of Business. So 2 different entities came together to work on this, and it was a very good learning process. Another thing for us was that we were able to get equipment to boost the discussion on renewable energy. It has allowed a number of our students to actually be involved in the renewable energy sector. And for us, that's very interesting. Are there opportunities for collaboration? Yes. I believe that from this consortium, we have 4 universities from Africa, or sub-Saharan Africa. And I think that each university has different equipment. Each university has different interests. And so if we can work together on some of these things, for example, I think that SUSA may have a strong leaning on wind energy because of where you're located. And even if you choose to do wind energy at the ocean, that would be something very interesting. While for us, Uganda, we're a landlocked country, our wind speeds are low. So we could be able to learn from SUSA in terms of the aspects of wind energy. And we can also learn from the other universities, in things where they're strong at. Last question?
What message do you take from this conference?
The message from this conference is that there is room for everyone in renewable energy. Everyone can do something. The sociologist, the physicist, the engineer, the environment impact assessment expert, everyone has a role to play in renewable energy.
Thank you very much. Everyone has a role in the renewable energy. Now I would like to hear from the students. Students, anyone? Anyone? You want to say something? Can you say something? Okay.
University of Zanzibar, first year political finance. First of all, thanks for all presenters in here today for the conference of development of new academic curriculum for sustainable development and the green economy in Africa. Also, everyone should use, everyone have the ability to use this sustainable development in
And what message do you take from this conference?
message is most important in using sustainable energy. First one, to conserve environment.
Very good. Okay. I know that Katyusta, you want to say something?
Yes, thank you very much. So looking at the future, I want just to add that a good project starts from a good idea. The idea must be good, must be innovative, must help give a contribution to the local and actual situation and make a change. To have a good idea, please don't wait your professor, don't wait the teacher or the people involved. The good idea can come also and mainly from the young people, so you, from the students. So my personal invitation for the future, so again, I renew my availability to collaborate again with all of you. What is important is also to have the feedback for the students, from the young people. What do you see of new in your country? What do you see it's possible to do in your country, in the area you live, in Africa, in your town, in the city, no? In order to improve the quality of life, to reduce the environmental impact, and following your suggestion, we can create in the future new collaboration and new projects. So for me, it's very, very important to invite you to be active in the change. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Now we have our colleague from.
Okay, thank you very much, Roger from Uganda Christian University. It's been an exciting journey from the inception of this project up to this time when we are hosting a final conference. I should say the big take home is, of course, capacity building, especially for our various staff members, but also the students at different levels, both undergraduate and postgraduate studies. In Uganda, actually, the content from this project was absorbed and taken up by the postgraduate students, and these are working students, and majority of them are actually implementing some of these renewable energy technologies, and probably it will be more exciting when we host our conference at UCU. Probably we shall be able to share some of the testimonies and memories from both students and staff. Lastly, also capacity building in attaining the renewable energy equipment for our labs, and of course for training purposes was also a very good take home for us, which we think as partners, as countries, we can build on from there so that we can transform our nations to go green. And that would be a very good thing for us to manage our environment, and also with the aspects of climate change, which seem to be fashionable these days. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I have three more chances. One for students, and two from Uganda.
Hello. My name is Hidame, student of Susan. So today I want to say something about this conference. So, and I want to say thank you for joining with us and to share an idea about green economy. And also, and I appreciate your presence here today and say thank you for your coming. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Do you have anything to take from this conference?
Sorry?
Do you take anything from this conference?
One among the things that's taken in this conference is about a platform that launched today with Sahara Ventures. So we see some of causes, some of projects that I visit in my online. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So let's see someone from the University of Zanzibar, Stanley.
Okay, thank you. My name, as Abdallah
said is Stanley Mwanga from the University of Dodoma. I have to say that I'm very glad to work in this project, DALILA, because first of all, I have learned a lot of things. One is in working with the European project that have given me a lot from it. But for instance, in this conference, it was meant for dissemination of the result which we have obtained from this project. And as we have seen, we have developed the 6 courses which have increased the capacity of our universities. For instance, in the University of Dodoma, particularly in the physics department, we had the renewable energy specialization. But in that specialization, we had only technical courses for renewable energy. We hadn't any course in business which could equip our students with the knowledge of business and the marketing, even venturing into the job market after completion of the study. But once we have been in the DALILA, we have got that opportunity. And the last thing which I would say in this project is increasing the collaboration in network. For instance, we did not know each other. We were knowing that there is the State University of Zanzibar, but we hadn't familiarized with any of you, similarly to other colleagues from Uganda for the 2 universities. Therefore, in this project, it has brought us together in which we never any of us get an opportunity in finding
Wow, low battery.
Yeah,
my God.
and they finished right now. Let's see.
Because it was your time to have a speech, Julia. So then
Yeah, they didn't want to.
so the battery collapsed.
It gave too much time. Let's see.
No, but it was strange also because the connection works well at the end of the conferences.
Yeah, but also all the problem with the noises. I mean,
No. Okay.
What have I learned? What have I experienced from this project? I must say it's the transformation I have, given that I'm always interacting with entrepreneurs who are in the space of coming up with innovations and ideas. But I may say that much of this year I've interacted with enterprises that I feel renewable energy. So this is the experience I share with them, and my focus has been how do we bring entrepreneurs closer to universities in what we do, and also those who are into the space of green energy or renewable energy. But another one about the future beyond this is that we are all seated here with, if I'm not wrong, the first female professor in mathematics or physics from Moldova. This tells us, please, Professor Mendy can stand up for the competition. So this tells us that as institutions, we need to grow to collaborate in terms of research. There are capabilities that we can pick from in terms of, for example, postgraduate student supervision in areas where we don't have expertise. But also there are areas where we can pick from SUSA and Uganda Matters and UCU, especially when it comes to collaborations. So this is something that I'm seeing coming out strongly from this extent that we've had. And What message do I take from this conference here is that we still need to continue to learn. There's a lot for us to learn. There's a lot for us to continue exchanging. So these platforms shouldn't mark the end of these engagements, because when you see the word final conference, it's as though, okay, we are done. But I believe these are the steps, the beginning steps for us to transform Africa. Thank you.
I thought this last statement say that the end of this conference does not mean that the end of our collaboration. Actually, to myself, I really appreciate effort of so many people that have made us to realize this is state of being a final conference. And I would like to say the last word before closing. First, we appreciate the presence of our colleague online, Katusta and others. We say thank you very much. Let's have a big clap for them for maintaining their contact throughout. And secondly, I would like to thank the management of the State University of Zanzibar for letting us organizing this conference and take their time. And we appreciate that our management have taken further steps to enhance the so-called collaboration by visiting the university. Of course, very recently, they will pay a visit to your university in Uganda. We will accompany them. That is a big thing for all of us. Let's have a big clap for them. And hopefully, our colleague in Europe, you will join our together with us whenever it is possible in the future, so that we can collaborate further in enhancing. Remember that we have an opportunity here. We have mobility program. Some of our students are in Sapienza University. Do you know that? Okay, so make use of this opportunity, and we have another call next year. Please make sure that whenever there is a call, you join with it. And we have also established collaboration with the University of Paris. In the near future, we will see what is going to happen very soon. And this marks the end of this activity. And myself and my colleague, we all appreciate your presence here. And we say thank you very much for accompanying with us to make this conference be realized. And hopefully we shall continue in collaborating through academics and research, and we see the big future for every one of us. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Therefore, some
Thank you.
We have refreshment, and we would like each one of us take part in that opportunity. Let's have our guest first going.
È il multicolor della Rai quando finivano i programmi, Giulia.
Infatti manca il carosello.